In the eons since the first primitive Lolahandran communities took shape in the dense jungles of Wulhalla, our civilization has spread and prospered. Many false prophets took it upon themselves to offer spiritual guidance to our people as we advanced through the ages, but the true faith prevailed. The last heathen strongholds were vanquished after several bloody crusades, uniting us all under the holy will of a single divine leader. Now, after the discovery of the Hyperlane network, the finest minds of the Lolahandran Imperium have finished development of the first warp drives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. All hail the Divine Empire, under the ruler Yaglog Yul. Begin. So pretty. I can't even look at a different direction. Wow, this zoom is so weird. It's been a while since I've played. Let's see, where did I end up? Anywhere in the galaxy. Right next to the galactic core. But because I'm right next to the galactic core, as long as I secure this location, and this location, I'll have the ability to travel anywhere in the galaxy and no one can restrict my borders. Yes, that's fine. Okay, let's see what my first techs are, at least. Oh, and for anyone who's trying to ask for a tutorial, this is Stellaris. It's a civilization game. I am not going to give you a tutorial on this because I myself am not the greatest, and there are plenty of people who are doing it. I'm just doing this for the sake of fun. Because I haven't done that in a long time, and wow, all of this is hot garbage. Take exoskeletons. Research. I'm not a big fan of it, but I guess I'll take genome mapping just to speed up pop growth. And we'll take solar panel collectors so we can get more energy production. We got a good selection of planets are in our initial sphere of influence. How's our base set up? Why is that not being used? Well, there's nothing I have that does energy and minerals. We'll build a science ship right off the bat, just because I'm used to that. I don't think there's any downside. You will survey our home system. All of you split up into 3 different fleets. You will explore along the galactic core. I've forgotten how to move. Okay, I'm slowly relearning how to play. Okay, now that's a really dumb way to move. So you're gonna go here, you're gonna go here. Since our second vessel's gonna head in this direction, you're gonna hit this cluster, because I actually want to see what's in this cluster. Head on here, up, down. We don't need to see that one because there's no civilization that could spawn in a single location. And after making it around through all of this, stop at the black hole. Second cruiser, we already planned to send out in this direction. So sick of you. So sick of you not making the intelligent decision to cover the most ground. You may not be a science vessel. That doesn't mean you can neglect your duties to the Imperium. Explore every system that you could possibly find, because I want to know what's around us. Yeah, you can actually snake back and head back to the Empire, because I might need you to defend against pirates depending on how early they decide to spawn. Or if there's the rival cults, because I hate that cult with a burning passion. Spawning in my home territory, blowing up my science vessels so often. Alright, last vessel. You have the glory of going out in the opposite direction from the core. Doubling back so often, it's so inefficient, but this early on, it just doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, I should give you equally complex orders. Kind of. We will at least see all there is to see, and we'll see several black holes. And I know the black holes can carry some very rare materials for physics research, but I need society research to get my ascension path. Construction ship will remain. I've got influence to begin with, and I'm getting, because of fanatical authoritarian and cutthroat politics, gaining an additional 2. And wait, does my God Emperor have deep connections? Jesus, and additional edict cost reductions. Okay, I guess that means I'm going to immediately purchase some new scientists. Your military theory. Let's go through some leaders then. If we have this many good ones. You're careful. Yeah, I like careful on there, but... We don't have anyone who's researching voidcraft of any kind. However, I would like materials research. And then when we get the inevitable extra scientist, we'll have the long-lived, resilient leader pop onto that scientist. Yeah, this is fine. Sure, we'll recruit you. Is there another one that happens to become available that's just really good? Nah. Do I have any edicts I could pop up in my homeworld with a whopping 53% edict cost reduction? Even though I know that's not how they multiply together, it's just... Governing ethics attraction, land of opportunity. Okay, those two are useless, and infrastructure projects just aren't good. Alright, normal speed. We'll speed that up to fastest just for the purposes of not taking 10 years. Spacebar's pause. I didn't actually know that. Okay. What is our saint going to have?
Construction complete.
Okay, so we have our next science vessel, which is great. You're gonna have charismatic, which is good, and fortifier. Might consider building some military stations when he's under our rule. I don't know. What I do know is our engineer is actually a really bad person for engineering research. We'll instead take materials research, because that guy can actually become very useful later. What's our current science vessel doing? You're just observing the home planet. I actually want you to take an immediate look and take a look at this one, as we have 2 possible worlds right there, and that actually seems decent. Alright, and where's the first population going to grow? You're going to pop on the 2 energy, 2 mineral. I actually don't like that. I'm going to move you. Pop on the food production. I want more population growth. Because I want to make my home planet as good as possible right away, producing stuff for me. What else do I got? Continental world at 24 spaces. That might be where I'm going to expand immediately. I don't remember if continental world falls under tropical world. Wait, I can just check that. Hang on. Species. Species. Yeah, you can do continental or ocean. Okay, so I actually have 2 worlds right away that are incredibly good for colonization. I might do early colonization then. Ooh, hey. Okay, so we get immediate access to building some mining stations. We will start off by immediately getting the mineral station going so we can build more stations in the future.
Anomaly found.
Discovery of alien life. Teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we've encountered something else. Perfect. And... oh. Found alpha aliens. Enigmatic spacefarers. Something moves with purpose. On that planet, go ahead and research. So, enigmatic spacefarers, what are they? Mining drones. Okay, so easy. I am a wide player. I like expanding wide. I know how to build tall, it's just my race usually doesn't permit that easily. And the current race setup is fanatical authoritarian with spiritualist mixed in. So I am expanding outward. Let's Let's see here. Blah, blah. Yeah, so you're building there, but you'll be done in 3 years' time, so I don't care about you for quite some time. Just until we hit the food cap. Let's find like a Gaia world immediately, in which case, well, I might as well just shoot myself right then and there. Oh hey, we already checked out our home world. That is actually problematic. You go and explore the next one. I want to know all that's in my domain. Pre-sentient species. Why is it that every time I find a pre-sentient species, it's not with the one that wants multiple species in the Empire? Because I can't play my filthy I can't play my Tyranid Swarm. And that's what makes me sad. Or, okay, I'm sorry, bio-horror elves. It's always...
Construction complete.
Okay, we found beta aliens. We're gonna pause. So where are the pre-sentients? What do they have? They have Tomb World habitability. I am glad. And it's always Tomb World habitability as well. I never get anything else. Off the random chance. Let's see here. 3 minerals. Actually take the 3 minerals over the energy as of right now. And there's more hostile fleets. Crystals. Yeah, it's more crystals. No space amoebas, though. Oh, what's the next one? More crystals. There's a lot of crystals here. Maybe we'll find the crystal homeworld nearby. And just have that be right next to my empire. And also, as always, I get the infinity machine right next to my empire. I am glad. As the Kroglog stellar cluster approaches the Gargantua black hole, they find that they are not alone. At the edge of the event horizon, it soars, reflecting light from the stars being drawn into the dark gaping hole. A giant construction in the shape of a perfect sphere. We cannot pick up any signals from it, nor does anything we send make it respond. It simply sits at the edge of the abyss, waiting. Well, Infinity Machine, we have now found beings that surpass anything encountered in our Empire's spacefaring history. Life capable of growing to an unprecedented scale, rivaling moons in size and mass. Nothing could prepare us for this. This day will forever mark a turning point in the story of the Lalahandran Imperium. Let us hope we survive long enough to tell it. We are but motes of dust. Oh yes, no, I know they're overhauling the game in this, so this is kind of a seeing off the game. This is kind of a seeing off the game in terms of what might happen in the future. Kind of a last look for me, because I haven't played this in forever, and, well, I am doing this for old time's sake. Now let's take a look at the 2 worlds I'm looking at for the purposes of expanding my powers. None of these are Gaia worlds. All these are Savannah. Wormhole Station, meaning this is actually an alien empire. Annoying, meaning I'm gonna have to fight them and take command over them. Oh well. What do you got? You're very habitable. But you actually have very poor... Oh, what is the failure rate of that? 50%. Welp. Hopefully we don't fail the anomaly. Just in case we do, just build more mining stations on the minerals. Sure, we'll bring it up whatever it is. And we succeeded. Hallelujah.
Star system charted.
You have finished charting a star system. You go and explore the very last one that's within our sphere of influence. Yes, I do like the changes that they're going to bring with Apocalypse. I am very much interested in Titan scale ships, because that might bring something new to the table in terms of combat, instead of just who has the bigger mass or who has the slightly better ship design. 20 minerals from the get-go, not a lot of energy, but I can fix that soon. I don't know if I want anything to... I don't know if I want to Frontier Outpost anything yet, though. I don't think it seems particularly Frontier Outposting worthy. You're still going through all your motions. You're still going through a lot of motions. You're still going through a lot of motions as well. It's been years. You still haven't grown. However, you should speed up. Barely.
Star system charted.
The uninterrupted empire sounds hilarious, but I would also disagree. That might be just terrible. Because it'd be hard... Because Crusader Kings relies heavily on the religious aspect. It's hard to do roboticism from that. Anyway, regardless, well, we found... Honor-bound warriors. I don't know who you are, but I don't care. Oh, you're right next to me. Okay, so we're gonna fight. You're going to explore? In that direction? No siree, Bob. You're gonna instead go here. And we'll just explore the minor offshoots surrounding our empire, so that we too may one day establish total control and awareness of our surroundings. It would take a lot of work to set up a system where you can go from Crusader Kings all the way up to Stellaris. And I don't know if they'd be able to go through with all of it, but it would be interesting. Construction ship. We might as well take the exactly one engineering resource that produces, or engineering research it produces, just to speed along our research in very minute ways. Fair enough. Do with him. Oh, hey, who are you? Didn't take a look at them. Oh well. Tropical, arid, you're going to the continental. So far, that planet doesn't look like it's even remotely interesting. Can I build anything in the spaceport? Not at all. My research isn't even remotely finished. You, however, are actually getting close to being finished, so we'll get the hydroponics farm started. And we should be getting our first tradition soon.
Construction complete.
Okay, you built over this. Now to prevent energy problems, let's build our mining stations over the energy deposits. Fascinating. We picked up a signal. It originates from the titanic metallic sphere we encountered earlier. Previously impervious to contact attempts, it now sends out a rhythmic pulse of radio waves pointed towards the black hole it orbits. What it's doing is beyond any of our staff, but the signal might have created an opening into the sphere that our scientists can exploit. Yes, I will reach the orb. The technology you can unlock right away from reaching the orb is fantastic. As is always, I'm going to adopt discovery right away, as I like having We Boldly Go as a perk to get more anomalies.
Anomaly found.
Excellent, and a reduced chance of failing them. I should leave those anomalies alone. Oh well. Interesting, more Xeno scum to eventually subsume into our glorious empire. Now you start filling in the gaps over here. That is fair, but eventually your economy just outproduces everyone else if you build wide, because you can always go from wide to tall if you're screwed. That and tall
enemy vessels.
That and tall requires a very specific setup. Well, that was convenient.
Construction complete.
Construction queue has finished there. Science vessel has researched this planet, so what does it have? It's got alien pets, so for that, all I'll say is that this is going to be our next expansion, because it's our next expansion, we'll have our research and surveying attempts be dedicated to bridging the gap in between those two sections. Construction vessel will be done with those soon. That is also true. Both do require different priorities. Honestly, the one problem I have is I just never seem to prioritize... I never seem to prioritize expansion when I should, considering I plan on early expansions, just so I can claim territory for the sake of my opposition trying to stop me. And we have the First League. We've recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Oshimir Oshimir 10. If what we have learned from these artifacts is correct, the civilization was some sort of confederation that consisted of many different alien races. They called themselves the First League, and appears to have coexisted in relative peace some 2 million years ago. Though the Oshimir system flies in a region of space that seems to have been made up the core of their territory, a partial map found among the artifacts indicates that the First League may have covered a significant portion of our galaxy before its eventual collapse. Excellent, and we'll research. No reason not to continue exploring these anomalies. I have the physical resources. Oh yes, hang on. Slavery. Few species. Set rights. It's decent living standards. Slavery type is... but are less productive than chattel slaves. Now we'll keep chattel slaves. We can eventually make them happy regardless. Oh yes, as always, they have to overhaul traditions whenever they make any big change to this game. As traditions are the core of your expansion. What world do they live on? Let's do species. You have ocean preference. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to want to take this construction ship when it's done and immediately plop down a frontier outpost here. Wilhaba, I don't think I can make any edicts that make any massive bearing on what you do, so I don't care. How's research coming along? The ISS Ivan Nobim Sa has picked up some curious readings from Oshimir 10. There are significant pockets of radiation in the gas giant's atmosphere that appear to be the result of intense orbital bombardment. What someone could hope to gain by bombarding a gas giant from orbit remains a mystery, however. As the ISS Ivad Nobim Sa was preparing to break orbit, Science Officer Dagtum discovered a weak signal coming from the planet's interior. It may be a transmission of some kind, but the gas giant's background radiation makes it difficult to isolate. We should isolate the signal.
Technology secured.
Excellent, we have growth speed. New research. Would love Gene Clinic because it's so good. But slave production is better overall. You also got the solar panel network. Gravatic sensors is probably also the best one of the bunch. Then again, blue lasers. I like sensors. We have a timed project. Do any of our science ships meet the requirement? One will soon. Alright. You finish doing that here. And then head on into Oshimir to research the project, because we have that many days remaining, but it shouldn't take you that long to reach.
Star system charted.
Leave be for now. We can research the anomaly later. An artisan troop. Excellent. A visitor. This is a joyous occasion indeed. Oh, forgive my manners. I believe introductions are in order. We are the artisan troop. Our members have dedicated their lives to the pursuit of art, music, culture, and all the things which make existence bearable to a sapient being. Please, if you would like to share in the wonder of our creations, do not hesitate to contact us. Interesting. Hifnar Syndicate. Peaceful traders. Oh, thank goodness. Fanatic pacifist. Please, fanatic pacifist, respect our borders and keep out of our affairs, and perhaps our mighty fleets will refrain from visiting your worlds. Okay, whatever you say. Hilarious. Kappa aliens. What are the Kappa aliens? Oh, those are the space whales. How nice. Wulhuba. It's not good enough. Groper cartel, ruthless capitalists. Well, we're never gonna get along, so this meeting is surely a blessing. We're discovering all types of aliens all around us.
Technology secured.
Alright, powered exoskeletons. Let's take nanocomposite armor because you get the research buff to it. So we can at least move on moderately quickly.
Attacking enemy vessels.
Jesus, why are you
Vessels
attacking?
destroyed.
Fine. So our scientists are leveling. We have enough.
Special project complete.
Science officer Mash Gurg has managed to isolate the weak signal that was coming from somewhere deep inside the atmosphere of Oshmer X. It does appear to be a transmission, and we have filtered it through our translation software. Finally, well met, spacefarer. We are the Dathnak, and the planet you are orbiting is Tulak Rong, our ancestral home. It is always riveting to meet a solid, even if our last encounter with your kind was somewhat problematic. You've no doubt detected that radiation surge is coming from our atmosphere. Tulak Rong is dying, and our species will perish unless we find a new home. We've identified a planet that would suit our physiology, but we have no means to get there. Sadly, our non-corporeal nature means we don't have much in the way of industry or technology. Will you help us out? If you have no technology, how are we speaking? Ah, but you're not the first solid to pay us a visit. Another spacefarer graciously donated a small subspace transmitter and a scanner array to us 2.9 million solar cycles ago. They had been designed to be compatible with our physiology. One of the more positive encounters we've had with your kind. What happened to your gas giant? Well, the last time solids visited us a few thousand cycles ago, things didn't go very well. They wanted us to embrace their religion. We refused, and this triggered some kind of genocidal reaction. Completely unwarranted. Before we knew what was happening, they maneuvered their fleet into orbit and unleashed a massive bombardment. Well, you should have just accepted our religion all those years ago, and we wouldn't have to have bombarded you from a distance. You want us to transport your entire species to another planet? Yes, and hopefully soon. Don't worry, there aren't too many of us. Most Dathnak died when our planet was bombarded, and those who survived are treated deeper into the atmosphere. Communication with the surface is difficult here, and the radiation is spreading. We don't have much time. Sure, we will help you relocate. Excellent, I knew we could count on you. The coordinates of our new home have been forwarded. You must promise not to let your own colonists claim this alluring world before we get there, no matter how strong the temptation. I'm sure that won't be a problem. Where, oh where? Track on map. Oh, okay, that's actually really, really simple. We'll just go and research the project. I know this gives us a bunch of free stuff, which is why I'm even doing it. A bunch of free science. Sure, I'll toss up the solar panel network, and then...
Star system charted.
This is gonna murder my energy, but I might as well just toss up a colonization
Construction
effort
complete.
immediately. Ah, there we go. We can build a research station. That's always good. Wulhuba. We don't have any place of energy. I want to clear the city blocker, though, and I'll just take the 2 energy for free. And hold off the minerals and energy until later. Oh, baby, you're still alive. How quaint. Let us explore this
Tile
triangular...
blocker cleared.
Science Officer Mash Gerg has finished supervising the relocation of Dathnak to their new home. A convoy of civilian freighters equipped with massive pressurized gas tanks ferried the gaseous beings across space and deposited them into the gas giant's atmosphere. Their ancient transmitter and scatter array were also brought along. We are forever in your debt. This planet has exceeded our expectations. For the first time in generations, our young can frolic in the atmosphere without starting to glow. We decided to call our new home Baldorak after your species. Future generations of Dathnak shall always know the name of their saviors. Baldorak, we are Lalahandrons. Really? I could have sworn. Apologies, but it can be difficult to tell you solids apart. I'm afraid it's too late to change the name now. It has a nice ring to it, though, don't you think? Good luck with your new home. Thank you again, dear friends. May the atmosphere currents always keep you aloft.